And it is Submarine. It's up left here. In the red, the Zerg player going for the 12 pool. It's Rex.
Oh boy, I love a bit of early game spice. And the recipient of this 12 pool in the bottom right in the blue. This is nice.
Unfortunately for Rex, Nice went Pylon Scout here. Didn't wait for the gateway to go across the map. Normally the 12 pool is a little bit more effective if the Protoss is like a little bit more, conservative. And they're like, oh, I'm going to get a gateway, then I'll send my probe across the map. Nice is already in the natural. And he's like, aha. No hatchery, huh? What's all this then?
And he's going to pop down here and look at that drone. And maybe go up into the main here just to confirm his suspicions. There's 6 links on the way, and he will see the pool. So this is a good warning for him. And with that gateway finishing up, he'll have to just wait for the first unit to come out there and help him defend. So Rex decides to come back up that ramp there and take the normal natural, which I like. And yeah, not sure how much he's going to be able to do with these lings, but you can certainly be annoying at the front there and start nibbling down those buildings.
Yeah, obviously Nice is forced to get a second gateway here, as well as a Zealot. It's a reaction to a 12 pool. If it's like a pool first, you can just get away with 1 gateway. You may not need the Zealot, maybe a little bit of probe micro, but 12 pool, absolutely, this is the reaction. Zealot pops out just in the nick of time there to hold that door. And the Lings are just trying to dance around out of that Zealot's range. There's a second Zealot on the way here, and it's not an Adept, so the Cyber Core being delayed does mean that he has to rely on 2 Zealots to stop these Lings from nibbling, but I think the second Zealot just means he can let the other one go for a walk, and he'll be just fine. The opening here of Rex not finding the damage that he would have hoped for, I think.
No, and I don't blame him for trying it on this map. You do have that like 2-second shorter rush distance here, and yeah, unfortunately the nature of the map is such that it's one of the ones where people like to be a bit cheeky, so it makes sense that Nice rolls out nice and early with the scout and just makes sure he doesn't get caught out by anything. So the downside for Rex here is that Nice has decided to send his own units across the map at a time when you're trying to make some drones and get back to where you should be in the game. So unfortunately, gonna have to deal with this for a second.
And because he knows that very likely Adepts are next here, the Queen's going to drop a creep turret at the front instead of going for the inject as soon as she hatches from the hatchery. Let's try and get more creep spread out so that he can head towards grabbing that third base, because 2 base Zergs are not that powerful, Zeph. I'm sure you'll agree.
Indeed. 2 more Queens coming out, which I like because that's going to help with the defense. The Lings follow the Adepts around very smartly. 1 Queen taking a bit of beating. It will get killed. But the Lings should be able to defend against the rest of this, even picking up some drone kills, though.
Yeah, very nice. And both Adepts are still alive. So the Zealots got sacrificed to the color. But they killed a Queen, and the Adepts are still alive. Oh my god, Creep Tumor pickoffs as well. No active Creep Tumors here at all for Rex, and the Adepts with their 3 drones, 2 Creep Tumors, and a Queen kill. I think that, Nice has followed up almost perfectly here.
Yeah, may not be done either. It can keep shading in. A little bit scary to commit now that, there's only a couple of Adepts, but behind this, nice and calmly getting the Twilight Council and the Robo from here. And I wonder if, it's going to be Adepts coming out from that Twilight Council. Yeah.
Getting up there to Adepts, going for that Resonating Glaives upgrade there. Those 2 Adepts from earlier, not done, not happy with just 3 drones. They want to get 6 drones, Zeph. One of them's getting quite low, so one of those Sisters of Battle is about to fall, but the other one should shade with only memories of her sister and the blood of drones in her hands.
Wow, very poetic.
Right.
Man, I can't believe that poor Rex has made 4 Queens and still doesn't have any creep coming out of his base. It's just, Nice has done a fantastic job clearing that up, and Rex just has to keep coming back, putting it down again and again. And that Adept upgrade is going to be in play very soon with the Warp Prism. Now, not having a 3rd base is actually nice in this scenario because you have 1 less base to cover. You'll often see players maybe stick a spine at that 3rd base or just clear the drone straight out of there so that that's 1 less place that they need to worry about shades happening. But it looks like Rex is maybe just 2-basing it from here. Yeah,
just trying to and make something more aggressive happen on 2-base lair. With the 3 gases being taken, it looks like you could go for like a roach speed. You can go for something like a Nidus Worm or something like that. But I kind of think it could lead to Spire, honestly, when you have 3 gases like that. He can afford it. A lot of Zergs want to do it right now, but he is absolutely needing these roaches with this many adepts here.
Yeah, the spine is actually going to
dead.
die before it's any use to him. He only has a few roaches to follow his depths as well, which actually isn't enough to fight them all, but he's going to take the fights at the front lines here as well, able to target down the roaches, trying to stay away from that queen range with the Warp Prism, and continuing his pressure here, targeting down some queens now.
I mean, if everything of the Zerg is together, they can definitely beat these adepts, but if Rex doesn't split his army perfectly, these adepts can actually, a good shade here or just a solid attack here at the front wall in without enough Zerginess to hold on to it would actually just win the game right here for Nice. In fact, he's starting to trade pretty well. Oh, okay. The main base is okay there. The roaches are going to stop the adepts. They are going to kill a couple of them here, but he just target fires some of those drones so they don't get shaded for nothing. Back on the other side of the map, we are seeing Nice pull away from the adepts a little bit and go into immortal production. Of course, he still has a prism and a lot of adepts over there, so of course he's still going to try and use those adepts for more damage. Always use what you got in StarCraft 2. Don't throw anything away for nothing. But he is starting to switch gears. He's going into immortals, he's going to Forge, he's going to start getting his upgrades and head towards another Twilight Council upgrade here thing, or rather another Templar tech path.
Could look at expanding as well. Got enough money for a 3rd Nexus. Rex is keeping tabs on that and may be inclined to try and pressure that. However, Rex is being kept very busy by this Warp Prism play. Warp Prism swoops in once again. Nice targeting by the Queen. Good defense here. And Rex is going to take this opportunity to wander out with a few units of his own. May be able to find a kill or 2. However, I just feel like Nice has got a really good setup. Got Immortals out here already, and that's really the key unit against Roach.
Keep in mind that this whole time it's been a 7-minute game where the Zergs only had 2 bases, so 2 base Protoss is always going to be better than a 2-base Zerg. Shading in and getting a couple more drone kills. There are a bunch of roaches at the front. Nice, really respecting that. Even though I feel like he has an army that beats it, he's really respecting it. He's just taking it easy. He's like, all right, you want to come in? Come into my parlor. I have shield batteries. This is where I would like to fight. I don't want to be out there in Zergland.
And Rex ambitiously thinking about this 3rd base. That's going to take some paint scratching off with these adepts, but unfortunately gotta have to chase these adepts down again as they shade into the natural, targeting down more drones and continuing on into their main. Rex just can't really catch a break. I mean, 8 minutes and only 37 drones, and counting here for Nice as he continues to pick those off.
Zeph, is there a better 250 more mineral investment than the Warp Prism?
Negative. At least not in this game.
I don't think so. This Warp Prism is absolutely paying off the spades here for Nice, especially considering its cargo. These adepts just kept ferrying around. Every time they're at a drone line and the roaches appear, they just whoop straight back in the Prism. And with the Observer can even push back creep. Rex really wants to have the 3rd and the natural connected by creep, as all Zergs do, but he will still have it connected. But Nice is kind of carving himself a path here. He's getting closer and closer to having +1 done. When +1 and Blink is done, Nice can actually go for a sort of a similar push that we saw Probe go against like Game 2 against Annex Z, where you just get, however your start looked, you are just like, okay, I have forced out roaches and potentially Ravagers here, so let's just mass a bunch of upgraded Blink Stalkers and go for it.
Yep. More drones going down here. This is really rough. I think the better move for Rex would have been to just mass roaches and go. Because like you said, those upgrades are kicking in now. So if he still wanted to do that, the window's kind of closed where it was even really possible for him to take an effective engagement, because he would need to not only clear out the army, but do significant damage to the economy as well. If you're on even base with a Protoss, you're probably losing. And there's this move out that you were just talking about.
Yeah, that's the move out. Kind of expected this. Going to see more and more Stalkers getting warped in here with that Warp Prism, I'm sure. And yeah, this is one of those, I mean, you're usually losing if you only got 2 bases. You're also usually losing if you've lost 28 drones. It's not a great number to have lost. And more drones are about to die at the 3rd base, bringing off those 4 adepts to the fight, because it's all about the Stalkers Immortals here to deal with those roaches. Good concave from Rex. Very nice concave, but is there too much firepower from the Protoss? I suspect there is, Zeph, especially with the Prism for micro ability. Bile connects with the Prism. It's getting a little bit low. He pulls it back, keeps it alive. Yeah, Nice is taking too good of a fight here. I think Rex is going to have to tap out for game 1. GG.
GG indeed. Very nice game from Nice. I'm gonna have to watch my sentence structure there. It's just I did this all yesterday as well. I don't realize how often I say nice until the play is called nice.
You know how some parents have a swear jar? I'm gonna get you the nice jar. Every time you say nice in a nice cast, I'm gonna get you have to put $1 in there.
Oh no, I'm gonna be buying you dinner by the end of it.
all right. Put 20 cents in there then.
All right.
Yeah. Buy me a coffee. You don't need to buy my whole dinner.
Yeah, I think our game there. I think rough for Rex. This is a snapshot of basically what he dealt with the entire game. Just this light adept harassment after a bit of a non-event 12 pull, and just couldn't really get his feet under him in this game. Like even the creep tumors with these adepts constantly getting picked off.
Yeah, the adepts traded really, really well here. I think a lot of the reason why they are trading well is because they have forced the Zerg into a weird spot. You'd think that as a 2-base Zerg that's just making roaches, you shouldn't be losing to adepts, right? Because it's not like you have to make too many drones. You know, your maximum amount of drones is like maybe 40 or something like that. But and usually if you just got 40 drones, you can make a lot of units and handle adepts. But in this particular case, Nice was still trading well, thanks in long part to not only the shorter rush distance on the map, but also just the prism and the fact that it was just starting to snowball. Like he was getting damage and he wasn't falling behind. He was getting further ahead every time.
Yeah, GG from Rex. So that puts Nice in the 1-0 position here in this best of 5, and Rex is going to have to come up with some more creative builds to try and come out on top here. 12 pulls, not a bad choice. It's game 1, right? You can afford game 1. But yeah, the next map is going to be Eternal Empire, and he's going to have to rethink his strategy here a little bit.
Yeah, well, Rex will have a couple minutes to stew on it because we'll take a short break, and when we return, game number 2 between Rex and Nice. We'll see you then.
Let's get lit tonight, no need to fight. See, we got those vibes, make you get sky high. She's looking a guy, I might be her type. Royalties in my blood, yeah, that be my type. If I'm not chasing the papes, then you might see me in a rave. Getting them wet with the wave, this ain't a movie, it's life every day. making a toast for the change. We used to be broke, but now we celebrate. So put your glasses high if you're loving life, 'cause we got the vibe, the vibe, the vibe.
G'day, StarCraft fans. Welcome back. Maynard and Zeph here, continuing to broadcast some wonderful games for you guys. Hopefully enjoying the casts and enjoying the video games. Hopefully both at the same time, because that will be the optimal show for all of you out there as fans.
Yep, we're about to load into Eternal Empire for game number 2. Hoping to see Rex whip out a new strat and put some points on the board here so that he has a better chance in the remaining 3 games. Obviously, when a player goes up 2-0, the pressure is on even more because they're on that match point, and then you have to basically reverse sweep, and that's a real hard ask. So, yeah, channeling for Rex here a little bit. I think he is a really good player. It's just it's tough when you have those 2 Titans above you in the region, and you kind of keep hitting that wall and you don't necessarily get to prove yourself.
Yeah, Haas and Nice are the 2 gatekeepers here of this region. If you cannot defeat either of them, you are not going to get through the qualifier. As unfortunately the story for Taiwan. And we are getting into it, guys. In the top right here in the blue, the Protoss currently up in the series. It is Nice. Icy Gaming.
And his opponent spawning in the red in the bottom left. This is Rex.
Get him, Rex. Sick him. And keep in mind that while that game looked really bad for Rex, it did start off with a 12 pull that was pretty ineffective. And also some counter adept pressure with Zealots that was way too effective. It was unfortunate for Rex how he mishandled it.
Yeah, a little bit of a bop there, but it was a bop of his own making to a degree there because of the opener. So hopefully here he gets to play a game that he has practiced for a little bit more. You know, the flow of events will be a little bit more comfortable.
I respect when you have a best of 5, you can throw a life away, kind of, in a best of 5. You know, you're like, oh, I got 2 more lives. It's all right. But it's I actually respect the cojones to try something like that to start things off with, because you can really get in your opponent's head if you go 12 pull and it works. Like, just quick dispatching of a player that's favored against you, and then you can get some momentum. Momentum is a huge deal, I feel, in you know, in professional play in any esport.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, very quick third there for 2 minutes.
Well, this probe is spending so much time hanging out by the mineral line that it's feeling pretty comfy, going like, yep, cool, nothing's going to black me. Let's go straight for that 3rd hatch. And then we can work on our queen production, keep pumping out those drones. So, yeah, nice little opening here for Rex. And we'll see if Nice is going to maybe poke with those adepts. It can be a little tricky still with the first adept or 2 to try not to lose any drones. But, you know, when you get such an economic start, that stings a lot less, right? 1 or 2 drones at the beginning of the game isn't going to lose you the series or anything.
Now, Nice is a bit more of the, I guess you want to say, yeah, the more aggressive Protoss, the more you know, he plays a bit more of that Korean style. He does ladder on the, you know, the Korea/Taiwan server, obviously, and it really is just all about the adept printer build over there in this matchup. And if he feels really favored against Rex, he might just do that to give himself a quick 3-0, or at least with the intention of getting it. The story is here of Rex just being as prepared as possible. The really early 3rd base I quite like here from Rex. Just I want him to make sure that he is. Yeah, I love that there's a 2nd Overlord going across the map. He's not just scouting with 1, just to make sure that he is up against what he thinks he's up against.
Yeah, for sure. That's a really good point, because Haas for sure has been doing a little bit of the old adept printer or the Stargate into adept. Nice has typically been favoring a lot more of the Stargate based play, but again, a departure from that in this series, as we see, last game was pretty stock standard. This game, he's going to be going for the DT drop.
Yeah, the old Archon drop here. So it is still an aggressive opening. Every time you open Robo, it's not to make an observer, so you can detect things, so you can make a Warp Prism in this matchup. So you can get across the map and do something. And it is going to be the Archons of the Dark Templar, the most oldest of school openings. This is, I mean, there's a couple differences. There's a Depths and a Stalker here, which you don't usually need. He's going to try and ferry that Overlord back. I think the Overlord should survive and see the Dark Shrine. Oh, actually, it changed trajectory. It should see it. Yeah, it does.
Nice. Excellent scouting here from Rex. And that's going to be a good feeling, because now all right, get some detection, probably won't take any damage to the DTs, and then it becomes more about dealing with the those DTs combining forces and getting dropped instead.
Yep, this is a pretty fantastic read from Rex. Like I mentioned just like a couple of minutes back, I really want him to get those scouting in and want him to know what he's up against. And this time he looks like he's prepared. He's got a Spore Crawl on every single mineral line. The DTs are out for Nice. He's going to start sending them in. Actually, not even worry about the cloak part of it. He's not even going to try his hand at having cloak boys. He's going to go straight into the Archon drop. Hello, boys.
Right. Bit of column A, bit of column B.
No.
There we go.
I think maybe he was looking at home trying to micro against that, like just click on that Overlord or something.
Yeah. Gonna make it a slightly later drop now, but not to worry. I was thinking maybe he'd do a cheeky 1 Archon drop, pull the units back, and then go target the Spore or something with the other 2 DTs. Not sure how effective that would be. But yeah, nice little backstab here while the attack starts to come in. Unfortunately, you won't be able to get anything done, but I like the thought there.
Yeah, he's trying to get that Stalker, but the DT's warped in to defend. One Queen going to go down. No, none of her babies are here to assist. Oh, one of her sisters comes in for the transfuse. Nice work there. Sisters doing it for themselves, pushing back that Prism. Not a whole lot of defense on the ground as far as anti-air goes, but there are some Roaches going toe-to-toe with these Archons, but not enough here from Rex. He's got so many Queens still in the main base.
This is really annoying to deal with. The Archons are so tanky, and you really need the Queens on that Warp Prism. That's the key thing, because that's really the only thing that bullies this attack away. The Archons can kind of get microed and come back for days. So there we go. Queen comes in, Archon starts to get low, and Rex does deflect that.
I do like that he's going to try some DTs a little bit later here. Obviously, to get into the drone line, they do have to detect. They have to go with the Spore Crawler. They might try and dive for the Spore Crawler. I mean, there's Overseer. Actually, there should be an Overseer out for Rex. There isn't, actually. He's finished his lair, but no Overseers yet.
Oh, he's too busy. He's just trying to defend against this. The Archons and Zealots here in the third are actually giving him a run for his money. And
oh, no.
his attention's a bit too split here. He's going to start losing Queens. The Lings come in to try and help out. And Nice is seizing the opportunity. He's warping in more and more here.
Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of Rex's army supply is in production. It's not here yet. And Nice has been trading incredibly well over here. He's been forcing out units. He's been killing those units that he's forcing out, as well as still continuing to kill drones. The Protoss is up 8 workers right now, which is unforgivable economically for a Zerg in this kind of situation. So it's every advantage to the Protoss. Rex is having a very tough time keeping up with the defense of what Nice throws at him.
Yeah, and Rex has lost significantly more, at least in terms of the mineral investment there overall, having lost a couple of Queens and whatnot throughout those skirmishes. So he's actually going to go opt for the Spire Tech from here, which probably not a bad idea at all. But it looks like he's just trying to keep tabs on where Nice is at as well, because he can't keep losing stuff to this harassment. That's really what hurt him in the last game. He wasn't able to recover. And he's still not at the drone count that he would like to be at.
Yeah, say when behind Dark Shrine. What about when you desire erect aspire?
Yeah, I like
or when
that.
when things are dire.
Yeah, when things are dire, erect aspire. Yeah, there you go.
Right. Except you really shouldn't be making aspire when you're under attack.
It doesn't work quite as well, does it?
Not really.
We'll roll with it.
I need to get Artosis to help me out here. He's good at that. Well, so we do have, again, Nice just continuing to try and find damage with his mobile harassment forces. That Prism with the Archons inside of it still, a real and present threat here for Rex. The Spire is about to finish. He's using a ton of his gas to make Ravages here, so he's not able to make any Mutalisks. I'm not sure what the... I guess you can use the Spire later, but he's not going to be able to use it for quite a while here because of the Ravages that he just morphed.
Yeah, this is a bit of a spicy moment for Rex. He's got to hold on here. Nice has decided it's time to go. And he's got DT sliding in over on the left, real stealth-like, even with a Stalker buddy in tow. So he's going to have to split his attention here and try not to take too much damage on either side. The Ravager Biles pushing Nice back a little bit here as they contest for this 4th base position.
I think Rex is very tunnel visioned on this army, but judging by the army movements, I think the main's about to lose a bunch of drones here. These DTs, or at least a lot of production coming out of that main hatchery. But the real story is certainly over here. Nice is going to get that 4th hatchery killed. Very well done here from Nice. Keep in mind that he's got a 4th Nexus on the way there at 12 o'clock. It's only a third of the way done, but there's no chance for the Zerg to go for a counterattack. He needs every single unit on defensive duties right now. He cannot expend anything for a counter, and he's going to not even defend well enough. Too much Stalkers, too much Immortals, too much firepower. Goodbye, Rex. This is going to be a nice 2-0.
Yeah, he's holding on here as best as he can, but he really doesn't have a lot left. He's got the worker count at long last, but the army supply is just not good enough. Trying to morph Ravagers, the offensive blink on top of everything. Drones coming up the line as well. And there is the GG.
Certainly is. Nice already on match point after what feels like about 15 minutes. Something like that.
Yeah, it's been pretty short and sweet so far with the first couple of matches. Rex is really struggling to find his feet in the series, and now Nice on match point is going to make it even more difficult because he's got to win 3 in a row, and that's a tough ask.
Yeah, it's very, very tough to get the reverse sweep here, especially considering how dominant Nice has looked in the first 2 games. Doesn't give me a whole lot of hope for Rex, but of course, fingers crossed, we want more games of StarCraft. That's always what we want here. We're just watching these Archons just trade so well. Rex not respecting this, or not respecting it, but maybe pulling a little bit too much into the main to deal with the Prism when it was up there, and being a little bit late to get those units down at 3rd. Not splitting the forces well enough.
That's pretty much what it comes down to, just being too busy to really make the right decisions around when to drone, when to make units, and also just getting a little bit stuck defending a lot. You know, you're paying it so much attention to how the Protoss is moving around that you end up in this position where Nice got his 3 base perfectly fine. No contest there. I think we saw Lings run up 1 time towards his side of the map, trying to poke at the 3rd. And that was it. The rest of the time he got stuck in his own base, just trying to get something happening and get Nice off his back. So, I don't know. I kind of liked the idea of going aggressive there in the first game. It didn't work out, but maybe the best defense in this case is a good offense. Keep Nice back and defending, and that might give Rex a better chance to establish himself in the game. Yeah, I'm not sure what the answer is for him here.
Well, Rex has had a bit of a tough time defending harassment from Nice. I think that, you know what I want to see from Rex here, Zeph? I want to see a Roach all in. I want to see a Ravager. I want to see a Roach Ravager Ling all in. That's what I want to see from Rex. I think that might be one of his best bets. We are on Everdream, which is one of the better maps, I feel, for like a rally across the map. It's not like it's Ice and Chrome or Eternal Empire where it takes 1,000 years to go from A to B. But yeah, I think that would be something that I think maybe has a higher chance of working. But Nice just seems to, the writing on the wall is that Nice has been really outplaying Rex so far in the series.
Yeah, and I think that's a good point. That's something that Rex did against Haas. He did like a Roachling Nidus sort of play. I think that was maybe like the super quick one we saw. No. Don't quite recall, but there was a more aggressive build coming out there, and otherwise just sticking with Roachling. So yeah, maybe that's the move, because he needs to be able to put Nice on the back foot, or at least keep him away from his side of the map.
Yeah, it's got to make him uncomfortable. Yeah. It's got to mess with his plan. His Nice's plans are obviously very effective, and they keep working.
That's it. Well, folks, we're in Everdream, so let's hop into that map and hope Rex can work some magic here. Really needs the points. His upper bracket life is on the line here. And this is the man himself in the top right, spawning in the red trunks. This is Rex.
That's right. You Rex and Zerg fans, get some chat noise out for this dude. And in the bottom left, on match point, and looking dominant so far. And keep it up for a 3rd game in a row. It is Nice. or as we say here in Australia, nice.
Nice.
Really early probe across the map. So that when the probe is this quick, that's like when the game starts, 11 probes go to mine and the 12th one goes across the map. That's how early that is, to block the natural and just be a bit of a jerk.
Yeah, and blocking the natural is a nice way to go into an adept printer build, actually.
Especially
if
when your
that's
ID is nice.
right.
It's everything you do is quite nice, actually.
Gosh dang it. I didn't even notice I
times.
did it that time.
Straight into the nice jar.
Yeah. Probably up to
Gotta get me that
$1
coffee.
already. I haven't been keeping track.
You are on like 80 cents.
Great. So I'm doing stellar.
Not quite $1. One more nice, and that's $1.
Caster needs a thesaurus.
Said Pilsky, I think he opened up a thesaurus literally on a web browser, trying because he was doing that as well, and it happens all the time. You know, even with Pig and I over at I Am Katowice casting the group stage with Nice in it, we kept doing it and we kept looking at each other and smiling and groaning and just like face palming and going, God, we need to stop being so bad at our jobs and find a few other adjectives. You know, come up with something else.
Yeah, the other person I've done it with in the past is Time. I'm like, it's time for Time to push. It's just sound like an idiot.
Yeah, I remember Time and Showtime played each other once.
Oh no.
WCS. And I was like,
Jesus,
it's time for Time to show Showtime. Something like that. It's like, oh my God. It's getting a little slippery in my brain.
That's enough for a black hole to form right there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I opened a singularity in Kiev after that cast. Took all of Star Ladder with it. Yeah, Twilight Council first here from Nice for the Robo.
Yeah.
I think this is Adept printed this game. Because usually if you get the hatch block and Stalker after the Adept, it just like leads into it a little bit better. Because you know, the power of blocking that hatchery means that the main is, well, rather the creep spread is going to be a little bit wonky. Your drone saturation is going to largely be on a more exposed base. So.
Oh, look at those lings get into.
Oh, have a look at that. Slippery butter covered lings.
Greased up. Very nicely done, because now there should be no surprises here, really. He sees, okay, Twilight Council, sweet. Not doing anything yet. But that's important information to have. I think it's pretty easy to assume. Now, we don't like to assume too often in this game because it can cost you the match. However, I think it's, given the current meta and how a lot of the Protosses are playing, even in this region, it's pretty safe to be like, yeah, it's probably going to be Adept here.
So right now, the chances of the Zerg holding the Adept printer build largely depends on how heavily they drone here. If Rex misreads this and drones too heavily, he might be in a spot of bother. I mean, we're heading towards 4 minutes. No Roach Warren just yet. It is. Okay. I mean, that's an okay Roach timing as long as he gets a bunch of lings out. And yeah, there we go. A dozen lings are on the way.
There you go.
And I want to see nothing but Roaches here from, well, nothing but units from Rex if he wants to have a chance of holding on to this attack.
Yeah. This is looking a little bit more like the DRG approach to holding this. You sort of use your Queen's Lings for the first wave of Adepts, and then the Roaches come in. You should always have a group of units following the Adept Shades when they start to turn up the heat there as well. And I also really love him getting a Spine, because he's in a position where he's had to use that third base first. So that's going to be really important in helping deflect some of these Adepts.
3 pylons about to finish up for Nice, and it is time to use that Sire for some Adepts. Let's get that supply looking healthy here, and here they come. The first wave coming across the map, 1 Stalker holding that front door, should be okay against a small cluster of Lings like that. But I'm with you, Zephyr. I actually really like this Spine Crawler. I think it's going to help him out. But of course, the Lings need to chase those Shades.
Yep. Ooh, nice. Actually forcing a little warp in at home with a bit of a counterattack. It's a full surround on these Adepts.
Yes, there it is. That's the defense you want when you're a Zerg. Actually, a very lovely defense. No drones killed, and he's killed 12 Adepts. Great defense from Rex so far.
Rex, my hero. But he still needs to have some units here at home. There we go. Some links pop out right on cue, and the Queens are in position to beat away that Warp Prism because, of course, he can still warp in. But with the counter attack here, Rex is going to have a lot on the ground.
Committing.
He's already loosened up these buildings.
Rex is like, you know what? I could make drones and go into the mid game here, or I could just send my units across the map and freaking kill you. And Rex is going for the latter. Oh, the Lings slip in and they're starting to get surrounds. The Adept's getting DPS down. That Prism is full. Needs to start juggling out the healthy ones for the hurt ones. Good control from Nice. Is this too much Zerg? No Immortal production. He's trying to go for a Robo Bay here, and he might have bitten off a little bit more than he could chew, trying to go towards tier 3. Oh, yeah, this is too much from Rex, and he gets a point on